Hey folks, a couple of people wanted a replay of the Z-31. This is, I think, the only one I've got in my 30 replay folder. So we're going to have a look at this one. Because I've been playing the America a little bit for the last couple of days, which is better than this. But the ship is still pretty good. It is a tier 9 battle, so we bought him tier, but there's only one tier 9, that Neptune. So I'm playing with a friend of mine, that Gajamata next to us. And we're going to investigate the center cap. Now if you see my detection at 7.3, it could actually be a lot better than that. I don't take Concealment Expert, and I take Fearless Brawler, which adds a bit to your concealment as well. But you really don't need concealment in this. You actually almost don't want concealment, because better concealment just means you can overcommit more before realizing that you're spotted. And this thing, you really don't want to run into destroyers. So my friend Bob here, he's in front of me screening, but you don't actually need a div mate or anything like that. You just follow in another better concealment DD. Just hump along with them.
We've spotted an enemy warship.
So looks like we've got a DD way down to the south. There isn't going to be much of a threat, and we're happily capturing this, so we don't really have much in the way of DD issues. I get the impression that Lexington's pretty keen on us, but there won't be much of an issue between all the smokes and everything. So long as you keep an eye on where the CV's going, and either make sure you've got smoke protection, or make sure you get your angles right, so you can drift jink if one comes near you, preferably bow in. Oh, there we go, first salvo on the flint, isn't too bad. Now here you get to see the strengths of this ammo. Well over 10 k's away. Happily hitting most of my shots per salvo, which is good because you only get 4 per salvo. Highly unlikely to Citadel at this range, of course. If he was broadside you would, but he's smoking and flipping around. But just getting reliable pens and overpens is going to give you pretty good damage.
Get out of there! Get out of there! Smoke screen deployed.
My friend just sunk the flint. The torps? Nice one. He had a fun game, didn't he? Yeah, 5k on that hipper there. You can see just how effective these shells are at hitting. Like, they're just so reliable to hit. That shot that was 5k on the hipper there was what, about 12k's away? And you consistently land. Look, that's another 4 shell salvo, like where I hit every shell. This is a bit of a gift now. I believe what I'm trying to do here, yeah, I'm trying to hit that bow there, you can see, and I've managed to hit that with all the shells. I only penned twice, but they were full pens. That's probably not quite the right play, so I've switched to going for the superstructure there. See, in this situation, especially when they get a bit closer, you can really get good damage into the bow and stern of battleships. But at range, just hitting the superstructure is going to give you pretty reliable damage. Normally I wouldn't want to get this close, but this guy's pushing in. He's really overcommitting, so it's just all I'm doing is farming here. Another nice meaty salvo.
So, how many medals do you think I'll give us for this?
We get the last one into his stern. Not too bad. Looks like someone's come into that centre cap. And now look, 12.5 k's away. Comfortable. 2k off the first salvo is just so comfortable to use. This AP. We've pretty much taken the centre, owned the centre, and yeah, this game's basically over now actually. It's barely begun. I didn't actually know what was happening here because this is a few days ago, so I don't actually remember this battle. You can see just how easy it is to hit. Now you notice where I'm aiming. I'm not aiming for the main belt at all. You've got to aim for the right spots on battleships and cruisers, particularly battleships. You won't even pin if you aim to the wrong spot. I'm just not getting through that anywhere near anything on that belt of the Bismarck. So I'm either want to hit the superstructure, which is what I was aiming at that sort of 12k range, or I want to aim for the bow astern. I think I remember this Veneto. Yeah, he's going to pop behind this island. And see, look at that, I'm aiming for the bow again there. See if I can actually manage to hit it. 1 over pen. Not great.
Engage smoke generators.
And you'll see the strength now, which he's angled, like that's a very well angled Bismarck. Still getting basically the same, that was 3 full pins. Still getting the same damage out. There you go, 2 full pins. And he was perfectly stern in.
Commence bombardment of the hostile target.
Oh, am I gonna land one of those? Doesn't look like it. Now this is just 10k's just over. Look at that, that's a perfect opportunity to go for his bow, which I managed to completely miss. Oh no, I got a pin. See, all 4 shots into his bow at 10.5 k's. That just shows just how hyper accurate these guns are. The dispersion ellipse is so small, it's actually half the size of a cruiser ellipse in terms of horizontal dispersion, but because you square the radius of a circle to get the area, it's actually a quarter of the area. So just so easy to land. All the shells exactly where you aim for, which is good because you can hit exactly the point you want to. But if you miss or don't aim so well, it's not so good because you won't hit anything. And you see there, I didn't get the lead right, and so I missed his bow and I hit the main belt, nothing. Got the lead right, actually get some results. Now, if you're hitting center section like that, I was trying to get something to a stern there, and look at that, switched to a stern perfectly into the stern. Yeah, and if you're trying to go center section, you really want to be hitting that superstructure. Even angle, doesn't matter what the angle is. You're hitting a superstructure, you're doing decent damage. See, angled away is almost better. Oh, here's a Neptune. Probably not the best fight to pick, but while he's not looking at me, considering I'm bottom tier and he's top tier. Oh, here we go. 8.5 k's against Neptune. It's not going to go so well. Ouch. Possibly drop with a CV. Or I could just do a 12k salvo against that top tier cruiser. It's like a battleship idiot.
Get that fire out before it reaches is the
Meanwhile, I
magazine.
wasn't paying enough attention to the CV, and I turned the wrong way and paid the price. So that was my bad. I
Now you
misplayed
see
there,
me, now
and
you
I
don't.
deserved to get hit by that. And I'm probably going to die here. Got the Neptune, and
Destroyed a cruiser.
the game's pretty much over here. It was a genuinely enjoyable battle. Probably was a little closer than I would want to be for the most of the battle. Oh, you want to be that 12k range is really good. I did actually stay at that range for most of the battle, so it's actually not too bad. But you see how reliable the damage is. What the one thing you do not want to do though is get too close to the destroyer. You've got to maintain range. Range is absolutely essential with this line.
That wasn't
Alright,
so hard.
game over.